wrote in. He goes, "What's up, Adam Sandler, Kevin James, and David Spade? Do you guys have an irrational hatred or fear of something, but can't explain why? In the second grade, I intensely hated tour guides, especially the kind that take you on tour buses. I think I viewed them the same way people view telemarketers, and to this day, I have no idea why." That's a fucking fascinating. I hate telemarketers.
They are shitty.
I understand that.
Could you imagine a tour guide that giving a tour, and there's this little kid glaring at her,
just a death stare.
I hate you.
He's like baring his teeth.
Growling.
Like, what's wrong with this kid? Oh, my son has a problem with tour guides.
Bro,
I'm sorry. If you just keep your distance, he won't hurt you. He's just baring his teeth at you and barking. You're like, yo, what the fuck's up with this kid?
I went on like a little tour thing in Catalina Island, and I hated it because it was this bus, and there's this one part where I hated it so much that it was so narrow, like on a cliff, like, and then the whole idea was to scare everybody, like, oh, we could fall over. And I was like, this is so irresponsible, because what if, like, this guy gets a fucking cramp or something and actually hits the gas and kills us? Like, it was such a upsetting thing that I didn't know that was going to be a part of the tour. I mean, I was young, and that is maybe a reason. Maybe something happened to that guy and he doesn't remember, that made him like, oh, this irresponsible bitch, like, or you know, being away from your house, wanting to play video games, and you have to go on some stupid tour thing and see some shit that you don't want to see. So maybe he just hated that. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a reason why this guy has a hatred for this type of shit.
What do I hate? What I've always hated? I've always never liked them. I've never liked them. Never been. I want to be around.
I'm
them.
not into the sound of toothbrushes anymore. I don't know why. The only thing I can think about is I switched to electric toothbrushes, like, I don't know, late high school. And then for now, when I hear people brush their teeth, it makes me cringe. And it's the weirdest thing. But it's not hatred. It's just like it's just the closest thing I can think of, like an irrational something. You know what I mean? But it's not like a hatred or really a fear.
What do I hate? I'm trying to figure out something I hate.
Odd.
Because I don't really hate anything. I don't live a passionate enough a life to hate.
I say this unironically, I would attack Matt Walsh if I saw him in the streets. I would do it, you know, like, so.
I don't like light-skinned black people, I guess.
That's so crazy. Holy shit.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Do you feel like they're just like fence sitters?
It's just like you gave up
Radical
the best. You gave up one of our best traits. You know, why would you do that? Why would you willingly be born the way you are?
Willingly,
like ew. Like I tell Lily all the time. If our kids are light skinned, they're her kids, not mine.
I don't know how are they not going to be okay. All right,
they might be born your color or something like that. You never know.
There's a possibility.
She might lose, or they might get all the burned Mexican genes, and they might just become dark skinned. I'll be like, let's go,
genes. Man. We just turned into like a fucking chud cast, like really fast.
You're perfect. As I lift them up to the sky, look at you. You're perfect.
That's the great thing about this show, is that it's a fucking clusterfuck.
It's dichotomy.
Yeah, it's a dichotomy.
We're being like super progressive, trying to defend the pronoun thing. At least be like, this is silly, and then all of a sudden, you know, I kind of hate light-skinned black people.
I think most people are like that though. I think that's the thing.
I think most people hate light-skinned black people.
Wait.
But I think most. I do think the majority of people like to joke about this shit. I do think that's true. I think a lot of people will come up with something in the comfort of their own homes, in the comfort of their own friend groups, that cannot leave that circle because they understand the implications of it. That's why that fucking meme is so popular. The fucking like, oh, the Discord got leaked or whatever. You know, it's always fucking people are.
Kakarot, we have to go.
I wish people just accepted like that we all have this dark part of us that enjoys morbid humor. Like we all do. I'm sick of people pretending like it's not true for everybody.
When I tweeted the intrusive thoughts meme, right, and it got 45,000 likes, and I was like, oh god damn.
It's real, man. I remember being. It's funny. I forget that it's real sometimes too, because I'm so like we have our own friend group and we consider ourselves fucking out of pocket. But I remember going home like with my family, And like, because that was around the time I went to New York and spent time with my family around the time the submarine went down and exploded. And my whole family was laughing at that shit. Like every single
Chris, granted, your dad would have absolutely been friends with us. Your dad,
maybe, yeah.
Absolutely. Your dad's sense of humor is absolutely our sense of humor too. Your dad made a joke one time about a kid picking up a condom and he's like, we can't save him anymore. And shooting the kid. Your dad made that joke and I couldn't stop laughing.
Look, don't dox my dad's jokes.
Your dad is fucking hilarious.
But yeah, I don't know, man. But as far as, I don't know, I don't think I have any, I think all of my fears are very rational. Like, I don't have an irrational fear that I can identify.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, same.
I I'm not, I guess I'm like claustrophobic, but like.
But it's also not irrational, though.
I also don't, but like, I don't think I'm claustrophobic to the degree that most people who would say they're claustrophobic are claustrophobic. Like, I'm fine in an elevator. You know what I mean? Or like in a small room. The thing to me is like, if I here's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of waking up in a coffin. That scares the shit out of me. That concept scares me.
That scares
but I also know that that's
human.
impossible. That's what I mean. Exactly. So it's not like a unique fear.
I do have an irrational fear. I forgot. Getting hit by a ghost car. No, absolutely. Yeah, man. Like, you ever cross the street late at night, there's nobody there, and you're like, bro, wouldn't it be fucked up if, like, a ghost car just came out of nowhere and hit you, and then there's no evidence that anything hit you?
Wait, what is a ghost car? Exactly.
So you know what a ghost train is, right? Or a ghost ship? Just a fucking ghost car.
Oh, my God.
That is so fucking insane. You know what? I have actually straight
Imagine
up
seeing
never...
a video of that and being in awe. You'd be like, oh,
Dude,
shit,
I have never once even thought about the concept of a ghost car. Like that concept has never once crossed my mind.
You know what's a really scary idea? It was a scary idea. If you live on a main road, like I live on a main road, right?
Yeah.
Imagine a car coming into your living room. That shit would
I always used to think about that. I always used to think about that.
You
like,
live on a main road?
See...
No, you live on a side. You live on a side road.
We lived in a side road. It wasn't like a main, but like I would think about that on my way to school. Because we would drive, like, and there would be these right angle turns, and like right at the right angle turn, it's like a house. And I'm like, bro, that's like, I hope that house was cheap. That's dude. I remember being like in 7th grade. I think it was 2006. I was on a school bus that literally crashed into the front stoop of some building because. It was like one of those it was one of those right angle fucking streets. It was like a Tetris piece. And we just sat there on the bus for like 2 hours waiting for like authorities to get there because like I guess school buses are difficult to relocate when they're fucked up. But wild. I always think about that now. I always think about cars going through people's windows. There was also an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond about that. That I'm weirdly remembering right now.
The idea of a car ending up in your living room and you got to deal with that is crazy.
That's the word. And I always think about the people that were unlucky enough to get hit by the car in their house. Like, you're minding your own fucking business and a car hits you in your fucking living room.
Did you see that video of that one random house exploding
in Russia?
No, it's Pennsylvania.
Oh no, I did not see that.
What?
Dude, it was like a fucking bomb went off, and it was just like they don't know how it happened yet, but like it's just like an entire house gone. And I'm just like, what?
That sounds like some dumbass kid doing something stupid in the basement.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
It's just some fucking trying to make a railgun, trying to make a railgun in his house.
Some kid brewing potions in the bathtub. He's like, I'm gonna mix shampoo and body wash and then a little bit of Lysol. and
then he does it, and he sees electricity visibly, and he's like, what's going on? And then his house is gone, his mom's gone, his dad's gone, his dog's gone, everyone's away. He made a portal, but it looked like an explosion.
No, it's well, it is a portal in some ways.
Yeah.
What else? I have to have another rash. I have to have one thing that's like actually rash. I'm afraid of
being gay.
I don't know. I'm afraid of that has to be something. Nah, let's go to the next one. Yeah, I'll probably think while I'm talking.
Yeah. Okay. Keith David, but in Spanish.
Let's go. Keitho Davido.
Keith David. David.
David. Hello, honorary Mexican by marriage and not Mexican. Wait.
Who's honorary
You're
Mexican?
honorary. Derrick must be honorary Mexican.
I guess.
Because, yeah, you must be.
I guess
I'm not married,
so.
though.
I mean,
well, you're married.
you're the only one that applies to, so yes.
Yeah.
I'm not Mexican. Don't call me that.
So.
Yeah,
Don't call me
you're
that.
Mexican.
How am
You're
I
Mexican American now. You're Mexican now.
I'm not. I'm Puerto Rican and Jamaican and Caribbean.
You're married to a Mexican. When you marry
You're
a
fucking
Mexican,
cholo.
you are that.
I'm not a cholo as I start going bald and getting like a
Get
tattoo
those
on my
fucking
head.
lokes and shit.
And the Loke shades. I got fucking thigh-high fucking socks on.
I'd love to see, dude, the next event, like whatever is going on with
I
like,
should
a
do
bunch
that.
of
I
people.
should, for Christmas, I should be a cholo.
Kingston,
What?
can we please straighten your hair for an episode?
Let's go.
When
Dude, get in the texturizer, bro. Get in the X curls.
When we do the big thing we're gonna do, I'll straighten my hair for the first episode of that. I promise.
Okay, all
When we
right.
do, I promise.
Because that image, like, I understand it would be like fucking ridiculous, but that would probably be the funniest image, probably
Straight
ever.
hair, me.
Yeah, I can't. I sincerely, I can imagine. I can imagine you as anything. I
do we
can't
give
imagine you with straight hair.
What do we give him? Just straight up straight hair, or does he make like a pompadour? What does he do with it?
It's got to be like
Taking back,
like this.
emo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's got to be
god,
like
my hair
Pierce.
down
Like it's got to be like Pierce the Veil.
And he's gonna sing. Yeah, that'll be good.
I'll do it. I'll grow my hair out and I'll do it. And then
What's
when we
the
straighten it,
worst
I'll
thing
be
that I
fucking
could
moron.
say?
I just think it'd be so damn funny.